Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Guest, Chairman Board of Governors, members of board, and faculty members will now enter the hall. You may please stand up and remain standing till all the members on the dais have taken their seats. May I request you to please turn off your cell phones for the entire duration of convocation to avoid disturbance to the proceedings.
I request everyone to now take their seats. I would request the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा व्याकुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्मा शुभशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सामान् पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रामृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापा
I request Chairman Board of Governors to declare the convocation open.
I declare the convocation open.
Good evening. I take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to our chief guest, Shri Sanjeev Mehta, Chairman and Managing Director, Hindustan Unilever Limited, Shri N. Chandrasekharan, Chairman, Board of Governors, IIM Lucknow, esteemed members of our Board of Governors, faculty, officers, staff, media personnel, graduating students, and their family and friends. It is an honor to have you with us on this August evening. Today is a very special day for the entire IIM Lucknow community to be able to witness graduation ceremony on our grounds. The students of the graduating batches were inducted into IIM Lucknow during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, but have been able to successfully overcome various challenges and uncertainties. They have shown immense adaptability to technologically enabled remote teaching as well as hybrid learning environments. This year has given us many happy moments. Our Chairman, Board of Governors, Sri Natarajan Chandrasekharan, has been conferred the Padma Bhushan Award this year in Trade and Industry category. Our alumnus Shailesh Jejurkar was appointed the first Indian global CEO of Procter & Gamble. Many other alumni have brought laurels to the institution through their admirable efforts and work ethics that have been recognized by the corporate world. Amit Banati, COO, PNG, Rohit Suri, President and MD, Jaguar Land Rover India, Ajay Kaushal, Founder and Director, Bill Desk, Tarun Chugh, MD and CEO, Bajaj Allianz Life Insurance, to name a few. I shall now take this opportunity to talk about some of the milestones that we have achieved this academic year. This year, a total of 724 students, candidates will be awarded degrees by the Institute, 441 students from the PGP batch, 47 PGP ABM, and from the 17th batch of postgraduate program in agribusiness management, 109 students from IPMX, 14th batch, 27 students from postgraduate program in sustainable management, 63 students from the PGPWE, for 22 students from the fellow program in management, and 15 students from executive fellow program in management. IIM Lucknow continued its legacy of 100% final placements across all our programs. Placements for the batch of PGP 36 and ABM 17 were concluded in a record time of 2 days, with the student being offered roles in consulting, finance, general management, IT, analytics, marketing, and operations, with an average of CTC of 31.3 lakhs and a median CTC of 29 lakhs offered to the PGP and ABM batch of 2022. Apart from placement, students kept outshining in other areas as well. Our students, Nikhil Sengal, Shweta Gopi, Pranav Munji, Rajesh Sharma, Viknesh J, Neelu Sharma, Pranav Anshu, Nayyar Iqbal, Amu Chaitra, Nambiar, and Shibi Fauzdar have been selected for IDFC First Bank Scholarship. Shivani Pandey, a student of postgraduate program in management, has been named the Aditya Birla Scholar Class of 21-22. Dipankar Jain was selected for the prestigious OP Jindal Engineering and Management Scholarship for the year 2021. All of us ensured that nothing paused during this year. Even our annual business festivals, our nostalgia, where the alumni come back to the institute, we were able to organize 5 batches together. Our social initiative team, Bhavishya, uh, run by the students, provided online support to evening school children, conducted health checkups for on contract workers, and provided mental health support for COVID-19. During IIM Lucknow's annual Business, Cultural and Sports Festival, Manfest Varchasva, the Institute had the privilege of hosting Dr. Philip Kotler, widely regarded as the father of modern marketing, Mr. Chris Gopalkrishnan, founder and ex-CEO of Infosys, Mr. Amit Agarwal, CEO of No Broker, among many other industry stalwarts. IIM Lucknow this year has a maiden entry into the prestigious Financial Times ranking by being ranked 79th globally. The faculty has been the most valuable intellectual resource of the institution. This year, too, the faculty published more than 75 papers in the international journals, with almost 30% of them in A star and A category. 3 of our faculty members, Professor Samir Shrivastava, Professor Sushil Kumar, Professor Suresh Jhakar, figured amongst the top 2 researchers for single year impact in the world, as per study conducted by scientists from Stanford University and published by Elsevier. Currently, 8 seed money projects with a total amount of 60 lakhs and 2 funded research projects of 18.3 lakhs are under progress. IIM Lucknow inaugurated the Mahatma Gandhi National Fellow Program in October 2021 in partnership with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, with 118 fellows across Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Himachal Pradesh, Mizoram. The program is aimed for capacity building and creation of a district level ecosystem to support skill development. Our Center for Public Policy, in partnership with Uttar Pradesh Skill Development Mission, conducted several capacity building workshops for the top official of the District Skill Committee. Celebrating its 9th year, our Center for Marketing and Emerging Economies signed an MOU with Flipkart to conduct research on digital entrepreneurship. CME undertook 2 major projects with societal impact. The first one explored ways to for reviving tourism during COVID-19, and the second one focused on supply chain issues within the rural healthcare system. IIM Lucknow's first business sustainability conclave, Sanrakshan, a landmark annual event under the aegis of Center for Business Sustainability, was organized this year virtually, and event brought together discussions on climate change, decarbonization, clean tech, etc. A special focus has been given to healthcare this year. And in this regard, IIM Lucknow has been committed to promote research and capacity building within healthcare ecosystem. IIM Lucknow and Apollo MedSkills Limited launched a collaborative executive program in healthcare management. IIM Lucknow conducted a 3-day leadership development program for the senior doctors of King George Medical College, Lucknow, as a token of gratitude for the COVID warriors. In the area of healthcare, another MOU was signed with IIM Lucknow, between IIM Lucknow and the Sanjay Gandhi Postgraduate Institute of Medical Sciences, to promote research and development relating to the use of information technology in healthcare management, focusing on the use of artificial intelligence and deep learning techniques in developing clinical decision support system. Apart from this, IIM Lucknow incubators also have played a very significant role this year. IIM Lucknow Enterprise Incubation Center is fostering entrepreneurship through innovation, value creation, and job creation. The incubator offers a range of business and technical services, seed money, seed fund support, state-of-the-art technology lab support, expert advisory, network support, and industry linkages. It has incubated more than 32 startups under its program and initiative, with a collective valuation of 600 crore approximately, and jobs created being in excess of 350. The incubator has launched business acceleration program in deep technology to support early stage deep tech startups. The program is being launched in association with IIT Kanpur Technology Research Park. Additionally, the incubator has been selected under Startup India seed fund scheme for a fund of 5 crore Indian INR 500 crore to provide capital support to innovative startups. In executive education, we used the pandemic restrictions as an opportunity to increase our presence on the digital platforms. We have built 5 studios on campus and have added more partners and blended online programs. Some of our program like senior leadership program, data-driven product management, executive program in strategic finance, executive program in fintech, banking and risk management, etc., are the leaders in their own respective domains. In our endeavor towards internationalization, we have launched a program on entrepreneurial leadership in association with the Babson College, Wellesley, Massachusetts, which is a global leader in entrepreneurship education and has been ranked #1 globally. In terms of infrastructure this year, we have been working towards building sustainable, energy efficient, and green infrastructure that is cost effective. PGP hostel number 17 and 18 have been completed, which have a total capacity of 258 rooms. A new state of the art faculty block is under progress, and a new classroom block is also being set up. One hostel wing for our doctoral student is under construction, which will have 80 dwelling units. This will be in addition to the existing exclusive 48 units for our doctoral students. Uh, my closing remarks for the graduating students now. This solemn occasion calls for a note of gratitude to all the stakeholders of IIM Lucknow for their unstinted help, guidance, and support extended in the last 2 years. Together, we have learned to be more empathetic, inclusive, adaptive, and resilient. I want to take a moment to commend the graduating batch on their perseverance, their belief in the ethos of this institution, and their courage that has filled us all with a sense of pride. I believe that the convocating students sitting here today will be a model for future batches, and I'm sure they will bring the same commitment and maturity to their jobs and careers as they have shown here as students of IIM Lucknow. We have always been proud of you. The class of 2022 has withstood unprecedented situations but have flourished, and it has been a pleasure to see you grow. Once again, accept my sincere congratulations and move ahead in life with resilience, passion, and compassion. Thank you.
I now request Chairman Board of Governors to address the convocation.
Good evening to all of you. Mr. Sanjeev Mehta, Director Archana Shukla, esteemed faculty, dear students, parents, and friends. It's wonderful to be here after a long gap. And specifically to hold a meeting like this and have a convocation in such a large gathering. Probably this is the first such large gathering I'm participating after the pandemic. Thank you for organizing this, Professor Shukla. Let me start by congratulating all of you, all the graduating class of 2022. It is a very important moment in your life. And also the experience that you have gone through the last 2 years, where you have figured out how to complete the program, work with the institute, and you will carry these memories for a very long time. My congratulations also to the parents of the graduating class of 2022. Let me also congratulate the director and the faculty and the administration of IIM Lucknow for navigating the last 2 years, not only merely ensuring that the programs continue and the students get the education, but also making tremendous strides in a number of new initiatives. I will at least touch a few of them later on. I'm going to talk for a few minutes, but share 3 important areas. First, what has this pandemic taught us? Second, what is the future going to be? The trends. The third, our institute. While many things can be talked about the pandemic, for me, the top things that stand out are the pandemic, when it occurred, proved that the entire global economy can be brought to a halt within a week, which no one would ever have believed. And after that, the next several months, everyone started figuring out how to live and guessing how long the pandemic will last. If you go back and reflect what happened in the first wave of the pandemic, it was all about figuring out for communities, for business, for society, for governments. The second thing that stands out for me is when under adversity, how much people can achieve, how they can adapt is something that is extraordinary. Nobody would ever have believed that a vaccine could be out in 10 months' time. The adoption of digital technologies, whether it is working from home or shopping from home or learning from home or what have you, the pace at which people could adapt, things could get in place, clearly shows the inherent strength people have for change. We all talk about change management and how difficult it is. But in a circumstance like this, that stood out very clearly for me. The third one is all risks are global. We are in a very, very connected world, whatever we may say, and the risks are very, very global. And we got to keep that in mind as we go forward and manage those risks in whatever we do. Then the next topic is the trends of the future. The future is definitely going to be different and distinctly different. Again, there are many trends that have emerged, some due to the pandemic, some due to the geopolitical order, some a combination of several factors that have played out in the last 2 years. The first one is clearly the world is rebalancing. The next several years will see 70% of the global growth coming from developing economies. And the focus of the developed nations and developing nations will be slightly different. While the developing nations will worry about human capital development, GDP growth, youth development, access to basic services like healthcare, education, safety. The developed nations will focus a lot more about aged care, pensions, affordability, and everyone will focus on sustainability. Clearly, the role of China and US is changing, and most importantly, India is definitely carving out a role, a position in the new world order. Third, the global supply chains are already disrupted. They will get redefined. All businesses always drove supply chains for efficiency. Now they will have to drive supply chains for efficiency and resilience. In my life, I have always prepared business plans only based on demand. First time I am seeing companies preparing business plan based on supply. What is it that we can produce? What are the supply chain constraints? That is how serious the disruption in supply chains have been, whether it is in chemicals, whether it is in auto parts, whether it is in semiconductor, or resource raw materials. Everywhere the supply chain is going to be rebuilt, and India has a very important role to play, and I call it an alternative supply chain model, which is India Plus. The second trend I want to highlight is sustainability. See, this is like a timeline approaching from both ends. On the one hand, there will be a lot of pressure on everyone, societies and businesses, to accelerate the move towards sustainable future, net zero and beyond. On the other hand, there will be extreme pressure to bring the dates forward. Every date that we think is the time we have to achieve this, that date will be brought forward. I am very happy that the Indian government has declared a bold target by 2070. There will be new technologies here, because there will at least be 20 new sources of new energy coming up in the future. So there will be a lot of progress, not only in energy usage, batteries, biodiversity, water consumption, the many areas which will see significant focus. The third trend is the use of digital and data. Data will become a single most factor in the new business models of the future. It is not necessarily only for e-commerce companies, services companies, tech companies. Data will play significant role in manufacturing companies, in capital intensive companies. Whether it is B2B or B2C, whether it is industrial or services, data will play a very significant role. And India has most significant opportunity. And I firmly believe that India can be the leader in digital, AI, ML, and everything data, and there will be new jargons every year. And that is an opportunity, not only because we have a lot of capability, a lot of strength, but also we have the human resources, and the demography is in our favor. And I will not go into a lot of statistics. Then there are other trends. Safety will be so important that health and safety will have to be designed into any product or service. It cannot be an afterthought. And in India, we have several other trends. While I will not elaborate the trends, I would merely say the growth opportunity of India is intact. The pandemic has delayed the growth, but the growth opportunity is intact. We will grow both because of consumption and also because of huge investment in infrastructure. We will grow in urban, we will grow in rural. But we have challenges that we need to fix. We have come a long way in the last 75 years since independence. If you look at our GDP, economy size, the people employed, in every dimension you see significant progress. And the industries have completely transformed. We were predominantly only in agriculture. Nobody would have predicted where we will be today. But we still have a lot of gaps. We have to create 100 million jobs this decade. We have to fix healthcare. We have a shortage of doctors, shortage of teachers. All of this can be done only through technology. That is why I believe we have to assume leadership in technology for India's sake and also for the global sake. All of this, dear students, is an opportunity and yours to dream and yours to make an impact. Now, a few words on IIM Lucknow. Though we had not met last couple of years, we pretty much met only through video. A number of things have been done. Let me first congratulate the faculty and the director for focus to establish IIM Lucknow brand. It will always be lagging the efforts, but glad to see the position in the FT 100. There are a lot more efforts going on accreditation. And I'm happy to see the focus on entrepreneurship and incubations. The incubator at the Noida Center is already engaged with 32 startups. And we have an innovation in financial inclusion with SIDBI. And also I'm happy that we are carving out areas which are very important for the future, like sustainability. I believe our program on sustainability will only grow from here. Then we have a lot of effort going on in public policy. And these are things which will slowly start differentiating IIM Lucknow. We have had intense discussion in the board, and after multiple iterations, I think we have a very robust strategy that was presented last year, which has a good aspiration to take IIM Lucknow a signature institute with a lot of focus on innovation, research, and a number of other areas which are very, very specific themes which can be programmatized. I'm hoping that as we go into the future, as we start doing these physical meetings, we will be able to share the progress we make, the strategy and the progress we make to the students, to the parents, to the alumni, to the world at large, so that we can all work together to take the institute forward. On behalf of the board, I once again want to congratulate all the graduating class and wish you all a very, very wonderful future in whatever you want to do. You want to work for a corporate, You want to do a startup, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to teach, you want to do research, or you want to go into the social sector, I think you have a wide canvas to operate on. And with the skills and the knowledge you have gained, I am sure you will make your mark. And I hope I'll have the opportunity to meet you somewhere, sometime, in some path in your career, and maybe some of you will work for the Tata Group. Thank you very much.
I would now request the Chairman Board of Governors to award the degrees.
All candidates for the title of PhD, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I present Akansha Batra and 21 others, including those in absentia, who have satisfactorily completed all the requirements of the fellow program in management and are eligible for the award of degree of philosophy, and request that the degree be awarded to them.
By the authority given to me by the IIM Act 2017, I hereby award you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and charge you that in your life, by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourself worthy of it.
Graduating PhD students will now take the DPM pledge. I do hereby solemnly pledge that I shall, in thought, word, and deed, endeavor to be worthy of the title of Doctor of Philosophy conferred on me by the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. Graduating students may now take their seats. Graduating students will now receive their degree. Akansha Batra. Ayushi Gangwar. Devsmita Day. Ishika Agarwal. Jagriti Arora. Jay Kamal. Kalpit Sharma. Karnika Bains. Kirti Saxena. Nishit Kumar Sinha. Padma Tripathi. Prashant Poddar. Ravi Khadotra. Soumya Vaithinathan. Saurav Roniar. Sushant Bhargav. Swapandeep Arora, and Vinod Thakur.
I request all EFPM students to rise. Mr. Chairman, I present Ajit Gupta and 14 others, including those in absentia, who have satisfactorily fulfilled all the requirements of Executive Fellow Program in Management and are eligible for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and request that the degree be awarded to them.
By the authority given to me by the IAM Act 2017, I hereby award you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and charge you that in your life, by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of it.
Graduating Executive Fellow students will now take the EFPM pledge. I do hereby solemnly pledge that I shall, in thought, word, and deed, endeavor to be worthy of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy awarded to me by the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. Graduating students may now take their seats. Graduating students will now receive their degrees. Ajit Gupta, Amit Gupta, Arit Chaudhary, Atul Prashar, Naveen Kumar Malik, Neerad Inamdar, Pranay Verma, Rohit Sindhwani, Sirish.
All candidates for the MBA, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I present Ayushi Garg and 440 others, including those in absentia, who have satisfactorily fulfilled all the requirements for the award of the title of Master of Business Administration, and request that the title be conferred on them.
By the authority given to me by the IAM Act 2017, I confer on you the Master of Business Administration and charge you that in your life, by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of it.
Graduating students will now take the PGP pledge. I do hereby solemnly pledge that I shall, in thought, word, and deed, endeavor to be worthy of the Master of Business Administration conferred on me by the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. Graduating students may now take their seats. Graduating students will now receive their degree. आयुषी गार्ग, अभय कसीरा, अभिषेक बंसल, अभिषेक कुमार तिवारी, अभिषेक एस, आदर्श कुंडल, आदेश कुमार, आदिमुलाम मधुलिका, आदित्य पावर, आदित्य भरद्वाज, आदित्य गुप्ता, आदित्य जैन, आदित्य कुमार. Please clap for your friends. आदित्य प्रकाश, अगस्त्य सूद, ऐश्वर्या कुजिकुट, अजय यादव, अजीर बिहारी, आकाश जैन, आकाश चक्रवर्ती, आकाशदीप, आकाशदीप, आकाश कुजूर, आकाश श्रीकुमार, अकेला वेंकट साई दुर्गा दीप्ति, वेरी लेंथी नेम, आकृति सिंह, अख्या मुद, अकुरथी यशवंत, अमन अंत्रिया, अमन कुमार, अमलेश कुमार सिंह, अमृतांश श्रीवास्तव, अनघ गणपति, अनंत गुप्ता, अंध्रु तरुण कुमार, अनिकेत मुखर्जी, अंजलि, अंजलि गोयल, अंकित बिलंग, अंकित वर्मा, अंकिता गुमर. Please clap for your friends. Anna Prada Ramyasri, please have a big clap for Ramyasri. Ane Pusravya, Ans Arora, Ansul Tapnani, Anuj Kumar, Anurag Arora, Anuse Sumit, Anushka Gupta, Anusya Parthiban, Apeksha Gupta, Apurv Rajput, Aradhana Bhattacharya, Aragi Singh, Aritra Jana, Arpit Burat, Arpit Gupta, Arunachalam R, Arun Jyoti Saha, Ashish Arya, Ashwini Byagde, Atrai Mandal, Abhinav Vijaya, Ayan Kumar Nandi, Aisha Hafiz, Ayushi P. Kapse, Ayush Kumar Verma, Ayush Soni, Aziz Malik, Banod Srikant, Barcha Bhumi Vijaya, Bathwar Biraj Rajabhai, हाँ, भांदुआले अभिजीत सुंदर राव, भारत ए, भावना सिंह, बिरारी अमन अभिमान, वीरेंद्र कुमार मिश्रा, but first Bitra Jagadish, Bolam Aditya Venkat Ranga, Bugabit Deepika, Chandan S, Chandrima Bera, Charumel Anirudh, Chinmaya Jain, Devapriya Chotrai, Deepak Jain, Deepesh Goel, Deepika Yadav, Deshmukh Parag Rajiv, Devesh Tripathi, Dhanushri Banavat, Dheeraj Kumar, Divya Prakash, Diksha Singh, Dimple Budwani, Dipankar Jain, Dipin Kumar, Dipti Ranjan Sahu, Disha Gupta, Dibay Chuk, Dibekar, Arjavi, Dinesh Kumar, Dibisha Gupta, Dibita Bora, Dibya Nakara, Dibya Ramakrishna, Dibyani, Dibyank Agrawal, डीजे प्रणय तेजा, दोषी जिगर प्रशांत, ध्रुति चंद्रा, एकांश यादव, इलाबरासू कांदेवाली, फजीन एम नासिर, जी रक्षणा, जी तुलसी वेंकट राम कुमार, गांधी मिहिर हिरेन, गांधी यास, गौरव कुमार मीना, गौरव मीना, गौरव रंजन, गौरी सिंह, गौतम आनंद, जॉर्ज सी मुंदाकाल, गोदावर्ती श्रीकांत, गुंटी मागुडू बीरा वेंकट वरुण तेजा, हर्ष राठौर, हित शाह, हेमाली श्याम सुंदर जायसवाल, हेमंत राज, हेमदीप पड़ालिया, हिमांशी बोरा, हिमांशु यादव, ईशान गौतम, इशिका शर्मा, ईश्वनाथ संतनु सुरेश राव, आयर गोविंद राकेश, जादव गौतम कृष्णा, जायसवाल ऋषभ सुरेश, जलाथोटा अनुषा, जयंत, जितेंद्र जसनानी, ज्योति तंगेला, के प्रशांत कुमार, अंजलि यादव, काजल यादव, काले अनिकेत रविंद्रा, कनिका गुलाटी, कनीश कुमार, कानबिंदे सरदुल प्रशांत, कार्निक शिवानी समीर, कारी हरिका, कारी होलिनी प्रबालिका, कारी एलपी चंद्रशेखर रेड्डी, कौशिक कुमार, सलेश भाई सुद्रा, कौस्तुभ शर्मा, कावाड़ी सुमनाथ, काव्या टॉम जैकब, खंडारे शुभम संदीप, खारचे भूषण एकनाथ, ख्याति मसवानी, कृष्णा मेहता, कृष्णा संतोष बियानी, कृति भड़ाड़ा, कुमार सूरज, कुमार विभू अग्रवाल, कुणाल घनश्याम, कुणाल विजयंत, कुशाग्र पुरोहित, कुशाग्र रावत, कुशाल केडिया, कुशाल संजय माहेश्वरी, लक्ष्मी कुमारी, लिप्सा कृष्णन, महेश वीएम, मालिरेड्डी श्रीकांत, मानसी नरेश इंगल, मानसवी सुरासनी, मंदापाला यशनाथ यादव, मानी यादव, मणिकंदन आर, मनीषा करेलिया, मानम सिंधुरा, मानसी गुप्ता, मनु गुप्ता, मराडिया हेम हितेंद्र भाई, मारू जय भारत, मायंक भारती, मायंक कुमार कश्यप, मायंक शेखर, चलो, मयूर जैन, मयूर सिंह तोमर, मेवाड़े अक्षय गणेश, जाओ ना, ये उधर से उठ के नहीं आ रहे। मेघा प्रिया, मेघा पंजाबी, मेहता असीम आशीष, मेका चंदाना, मिवान राहा, मुदित सिंगला, मोहम्मद मोतीवाला, मोहित धीमान, मोहित सेहरा, मोनिका भारद्वाज, मुनीश जीवाने, मृदुल डुजोडवाला, मृदुल वर्मा, मुस्कान अतार, एन नवीना, नमा प्रणय नरेश, नंदकुमार आरपी, नंदिनी श्रीनाथ, नारायणी सकेत सुभाष, नवदीप, नेहा अग्रवाल, निखिल दरिया सिंह भामरे, निकिता बालाजी, नीलांजन मित्रा, नीलेश तनवार, निमिष मोदी, निशांत राज, निशी अग्रवाल, नितिन कुमार, नितिन रावत, ओनिंद्रिला रॉय, पी नंदकिशोर, पालेपु पुनीत कोथरा, पानीनी के, पंकनिया उन्नति मुकेश भाई, परिहार तारिणी संजय सिंह, पार्थ शाह, पाठे तिलक नरेंद्र, पाथिबड़ा कार्तिक, पाथिबड़ा सिंधुजा, पाटिल अबोली प्रमोद, पाटिल अनिकेत अविनाश, पावार कुमार महेश, Piyush Baba Misram, Piyush Singhal, Piyush Sneh Tirke, Pooja SS, Poredi Praveen Kumar Reddy, Pothukuchi Saket, Prachit Prakash, Pradeep R, Pragati Yadav, Pragya Chand Surya, Pragya Sekhar, Prajapati Kusal Suresh, Prajul HS, Prakash Mutish, Pranav Murli, Pranav Ori, Ranjali Garg, Prashant Gupta, Prashant Kumar, Prasun Vatam, Pratik Dogra, Pratik Kumar, Prerna Barde, Prerna Bhatia, Priya Ranjan Kumar, Priyadarshini Konakanchi, Priyanka Pote, Quraishi Busra Abdul Aziz, R. Madhumita, Radhika Rathi, Rahul Das, Rahul Kumar, Rajarshi Lahiri, Rajat Sachan, Rajesh Uttam, Rashmi Kundu, Rivesh Abel Henry, Regina Soring, Renuka Singh Yadav, Retiru Pratyusha Basant, रिया गुप्ता, रिधिमा आनंद, ऋषभ बजाज, ऋषभ बंसल, ऋषभ गोयल, ऋषभ जैन, ऋषभ जैन, ऋषभ सुनील दुसाद, ऋषभ रे कुमाम, रितिका संदीप मित्तल, रियांक रॉय, रोहन जंगीर, रोहित मोरे, रुमिक बनर्जी, रूपिका मानिकतला, ऋतुल दीपाल शाह, एस मणिकंदन, एस साई पूजा, एस सरवान कुमार, सचिन जंगीत, साई मंदलेकर, साई चैतन्य, साई चैतन्य, साकी राणा, समर्थ वाही, समीक्षा गुप्ता, संचित बंसल, संदीप कुमार, संदीप नंदा, संजना गुप्ता, संजना कानोजिया, सरवण कुमार एसएल, सर्वानंद जी, सत्या सहाय, सात्विक गोयल, सौम्या गुप्ता, सौरभ अग्रवाल, सौरभ कुमार सिंह, सौरभ रंगारी, सौरभ यादव, साबी जितेंद्र कंकानी, साबी प्रसाद, सनबाग अमेय पुरुषोत्तम, शशांक ज्योति ब्रह्मा, शौर्य माल्होत्रा, शिल्पी यादव, Sinjani Jindal, Shibam Goyal, Shibam Pandey, Shibam Sahu, Shibam Soni, Sauri Anand, Shravan Jain, Srishtha Mitra, Srishtha Gupta, Srishtha Das Munshi, Shreya Agarwal, Shreya Gupta, Srika Kohli, Shruti Malik, Shruti Nambiar, Shruti Singhal, Shubham, Shubham Dhanuka, Shubham Ravindra Podar, Subhangi Mahindra Sindhe, Siddharth, Siddharth Yadav, Simran Kejriwal, Smriti Das, Sneha Spars, Sneha Spars, Sneha Priya, Snigdha Sahu, Soham Talukder, Soleti Venkat Dheeraj Kumar, Somadatta Thakur, Somya Bhandari, Sonal, Sonal Kumari, Sonal Misra, Sonawana Deepak Vishnu, Sonia Gupta, Saukya Swaminath, Rahul, Somesh Dehuri, Soumya, Saurabh Kumar Vaidya, Sijan Sen, Sriram Vaishnavi, Srishti Sachan, Shruti S. Kumar, Stuti Muraka, Subrat Kumar Majhi, Sudhan P, Sudarshan S, Sumedhu Humane, Sumit Kumar Pal, Sumit Kumar Raut, Sunita Udai, Surendra Boken, Swagat Ganguly, Swapnesh Wagh, TB Biran Kumar, TB Kiran Kumar, Talele Mridula Chandrasekhar, Tamisha Ray, Tanay Kankani, Tania Saha, Tanisha Jain, Tanushree Saha, Tanvi Mal, Tarang Mehrotra, Tarun Kaneria, Tinshu Kumar, Tiwari Subham, Tushar Agrawal, U Niranjana, Uddhav Khana, Upalapati Vaidehi, Utkarsh Agrawal, Utkarsh Anand, Utkarsh Kumbhare, Utkarsh Verma, B. Ashrut Kumar, Vaibhav Nabani, Vaibhav Prahlad Dodatkar, Vaibhav Swarnankar, Vaishnavi Gupta, Bhaiti Komal Jagdish, Vandana Singh, Manguru Sasi Meghana, Varun Mishra, Varun R. Thipeswamy, Vasudha Basi, Baschal Sharma, Vedant Gupta, Vedika Gulati, Vidhi Rajesh Patel, Vidhi Surana, Vidushi Narang, Vidushi Sahu, Vignesh M, Vijay S, Vipa Shiva Teja, Vishal Nagarkoti, Vadana Vyom, Kirit Bhai, Wani Rohan Vilas, Wankade Subham Ganesh, Varju Kumar Jais, Vijay Rao, Yagya Gopal, Yas Gupta, Yas Samtani, Yadla Praveen, agribusiness. इसको बोलो बोलो। ये तो जाने के बाद ही कोई वीजा अनाउंस करेगा ना। Agree. All candidates for the MBA in Agribusiness Management, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I present Akanksha Mehta and 46 others, including those in absentia, who have satisfactorily fulfilled all the requirements for the award of the Master in Business Administration in Agribusiness Management, and request that the degree be conferred on them.
By the authority given to me by IAM Act 2017, I confer on you the Master of Business Administration, Agri-Business Management, and charge you that in your life, by thought, word, and creed and deed, you prove yourself worthy of it.
Graduating students will now take the PGP ABM pledge. I do hereby solemnly pledge that I shall, in thought, word, and deed, endeavor to be worthy of the Master of Business Administration in Agribusiness Management conferred on me by the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. Graduating students may now take their seats. Graduating students will now receive their degree. Akanksha Mehta, Akash Sarkar, Aniket Gupta, Anubhav Singh, Anurag, Arun Kumar D, Asar Nar Tenzing, Asolkar Abhilas, Gajanan, Bharti Yadav, Bhavna Saini, Devamrit Saha, Diptorsi Sarkar, Gaurav Kumar, Harshita Gupta, Ishan Parmar, Kashish Bardwaj, Kausal Kumar Swami, Krishnamurti S, Kuldeep Singh, Munish Ahmad, Mridul Mandhan, Parag Soni, Payal Jain, Prajapati Nehal, Rajat Amit Gupta, Ram Prasad I. Kale, Rasmi Subramanian, Rishika Jaiswal, Ritesh Singh, Rohan, Sankhya Subra Haldar, Sanu Kumar Kaital, Samya Sahai, Sarat B, Satakhi Bansal, Shikhar Mahajan, Snehavardhini K, Soumya Sri Das, Subhikya BR, Suraj Kumar Jha, Baisakh MN, Vaishnavi Dilip Patki, Bardali Umesh Chandra, Bijobono Medoju, Yas Merutra,
All candidates for the MBA in Sustainable Management, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I present Aditya Kumar and 26 others, including those in absentia, who have satisfactorily fulfilled all the requirements for the award of the Master of Business Administration in Sustainable Management, and request that the degree be conferred on them.
By the authority given to me by the IAM Act 2017, I confer on you the Master of Business Administration in Sustainable Management and charge you that in your life, by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of it.
Graduating students will now take the PGP SM pledge. I do hereby solemnly pledge that I shall, in thought, word, and deed, endeavor to be worthy of the Master of Business Administration in Sustainable Management conferred on me by the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. Graduating students may now take their seats. Graduating students will now receive their degree. Aditya Kumar, make some noise, guys. This is a big day for them. Akshay Chaudhary, Anirban Mitra, Anish Kumar Srivastav, Anjan Das, Chandrabhushan Singh, Chinmay Mohan, Johnson Ji, Ketan Sharma, Kileshwar Kumar Priya, Mohammad Halim S, Mohammad Waleed, Mullah Aman, Nihar Ranjan, Pallavi Priya, Prateek Goel, Priyanshi Kavadia, Ritu, Rudraraj Venkat Sai, Sambit Kumar Subudhi, Samiksha Sahai, Shamik Malik, Sanjit Kumar Dey, Sharan R, Shweta Kumari, Undeti Jacob Prasanna Kumar, and Vivek Daspi.
All candidates for the MBA, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I present Abhay Gyandev Mane and 108 others, including those in absentia, who have satisfactorily fulfilled all the requirements of the International Program in Management for Executives and are eligible for the award of the degree of Masters of Business Administration, and request that the degree be awarded to them.
By the authority given to me by IAM Act 2017, I hereby award you the degree of Master of Business Administration and charge you that in your life, by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of it.
Graduating students will now take the IPMX pledge. I do hereby solemnly pledge that I shall, in thought, word, and deed, endeavor to be worthy of the Masters in Business Administration conferred on me by the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. Graduating students may now take their seats. Graduating students will now receive their degree. Abhay Gyandev Mane, Abhishek Khedekar, Aditya Parakala, Adla Anish Kumar, Akhil Kumar Gupta, Akshat Pandey, Aman Shrivastava, Anirudh Chaudhary, Anirudh Chaturvedi, Ankit Jain, Ankit Verma, Aratrika Bhattacharya, Arjit Shrivastava, Arko Mukherjee, Arpita Das, Arun Kumar Sharma, Arvind Krishnan, Ashwin Kumar HI, Ashwin M. Nair, Ashutosh Kumar Mishra, Aisha Mikab, Bhavika Mathur, Deep Agarwal, Deep Kumar, Deepak Bhasme, Deepanshu Rawat, Deval Gupta, Divya Dwivedi, Garv Rastagi, Hanpreet Singh Dua, Harshit Kumar Shrivastava, Harshit Nema, Himanshu Jethi, Jatin Jain, Jayant Mukherjee, Jitin Arora, Kanav Puri, Kartik Narsimhan, Kavleen Kaur, Kunan Haider, Manoj Chauhan, Mayank Bhatt, Mayur Garg, Meenu Dwivedi, Mudit Shukla, Namita Satnami, Nitin Joshi, Nivedita Kannan, Oishik Chakrabarti, Padmanav Chatterjee, Prasoon Mishra, Prateek Bhola, Prerna Gupta, Priya Kochar, Priya Fattare, Prajwal Satish, Rachit Shah, Raghav Khanna, Rahul Gaur, Rajinder Kumar Katna, Raman Mehta, Rashmi Singh, Revant Rai, Ritesh Raman, Ritika Khandelwal, Sachin Dehadria, Sagar Amrish Sodha, Sabnika Roy Chowdhury, Sahil Village, Sai Prashant Sundar, Sankit Jain, Sanjay Lal Shah, Satyam Singh, Shobhana Chowdhury, Shashank Yen, Shashwat Rai, Shivashankar Somasundram, Shrikit Narayanan, Shivajit Singh, Swamiji Paul, Tara Raju, Vichandran Chattopadhyay, Sudhanshu Gupta, Sumit Verma, Sutya Tripathi, Suraj Sundar, Sushmita Balasubramanian, Suresh Verma, Anush Kumar Banerjee, Ranjit Mishra, Tanya Gogia, Tapas Khandwal, Utkarsha Mishra, Radha Rahul, Varun Kumar Devarakonda, Indra Devi, Venkat Ramana Karati,
Agarwal, Dinesh Rohit Roshipura, Vishal Garwal. All candidates for the MBA please rise. Mr. Chairman, I present Akriti Gupta and 62 others, including those in absentia, who have satisfactorily fulfilled all the requirements of the postgraduate program in management for vetting executives and are eligible for the award of the degree of Master of Business Administration and request for the degree awarded to them. Administration and childhood of your life, by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourself worthy of it. Graduate students will now take the PGP graduate pledge. I do hereby solemnly pledge that I shall, in thought, word, and deed, endeavor to be worthy of the Master of Business Administration conferred on me by the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. Graduate students may now take their seats. Graduate students will now receive the degree. Akriti Gupta, Amina, please. Amrita Said, Anjana Tripathi, Arupta Singh, Atul Payal, Bhavesh Verma, Deepak Chahar, Salim Ahmed, Gaurav Puswani, Gaurav Upadhyay, Harsha Elvin, Harshdeep, Ishant Kumar, Yasmeet Kaur, Kumar Ahmed, Kumar, Madhukar Patil, Manish Kumar Meena, Manish Kumar Verma, Manisha Singh, Mudit Jain, Navjyoti Patawari, Navendra Singh, Neeraj Rajesh Kumar Desai, Nishant Verma, Ranjan Kawatra, Praveen Vaishnav, Pushpin Kumar, Raghavendra Dixit, Veena Madhura, Hitesh Kumar Goyal, Rituraj, Rohit Mohammed, Samad Srivastav, Samir Dhawan, Sanjay Kumar Singh, Sanjay Sharma, Saurabh Sehgal, Shivani Kotra, Shubham Garg, Padmeshwar Singh, Vikas Jain, Vishnu Bhushan, Vivek Kela, Vivek Kumar Jha, Yashasvi, Yogesh Kumar Tyagi. I now request the Chief Guest to kindly confer the medal. I now present the candidates for the award of medals which they will receive for their scholastic performance. Chairman's Board Classical Cross Rank. Directors Mental for securing second rank in postgraduate program 2022. Saurya Anand. English Chairman is heading for securing third rank in postgraduate program 2022. In short, Harishankar Simhania heading for Best All-Rounder 2020. Satya Saha. Chairman is Goldman for securing first rank in postgraduate program in sustainable management 2022. Pallavi Kian. Chairman is Goldman for securing first rank in the IPLS program 2021-22. Atul Kumar Gupta. Director heading for securing second rank in the IPLS program 21-22. Sagar Ambani Soda. Students Goldman for securing first rank in the PGP program 2019-21. Atul Sayar. Directors heading for securing second rank in the PGP program 2019-21. Madhukar Pandey. PGPSM students to award the Excellence Award, Pallavi Priya. IPL students to award the Excellence Award are Atul Kumar Gupta, Sagar Ambani Soda, Ankit Verma, Mayur Garg, and Priya Koso. PGP students to award the Excellence Award are Atul Kayal, Madhukar Pandey, Praveen Vaishnav, Dilip Kumar Jha, Bhavesh Verma, and Aditya Sen. By far, individual ecosystem. As President Universe South Asia, He is also responsible for numerous businesses in South Asia with a combined turnover of 8 billion. He is also a member of the Global Executive Board. He is a lifetime affiliate and has achieved a significant growth during his ages at the helm, when the market cap went from 17 billion to 65 billion. One of the most successful companies in India, and certainly the top one in the consumer goods segment. Under his leadership, Hindustan Unilever India has won very many awards, from awards for business performance, for governance, for social responsibility, from Economic Times, Business Standard, and all the leading awards in the country. Personally, he has won numerous awards. He was also conferred Doctor of Philosophy in Business Management by Xavier University, Xavier Institute of Management. He has won awards as Best Hero, Best Business Leader, Management Manager, and Gary Tata Urban Leadership Award by Urban Management Association, as well as the Jahangir Gandhi Medal by Delhi School of Management. He needs no introduction, I know, but I thought I would mention some of his credentials. He is also the president of FICCI currently, and he is a speaker in many forums, has clarity of thought, and recently he also joined in the Air India board. And he is also on the board of some of the important business schools, the Indian School of Business. He is one of them. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to invite Sanjeev to share his thoughts with all of us this evening.
The rush of adrenaline, excitement of the uncharted, and the energy to make your mark. It's a wonderful feeling, although a bit daunting. Each one of you today feels perhaps like the batsman standing at the crease, waiting for the first ball. And I'm certain each one of you is ready to score a touch. The Chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. Chandrasekharan, members of the Board, the Director, Professor Shukla, faculty members, members of staff, the parents and friends of graduating students. Good evening, namaskar, मैं लखनऊ में हूँ, मेरे तरफ से आभार. The graduating class of 22. My greetings to all of you, and give yourself a big round of applause. You know, when I said a big round of applause, I thought it will be heard in Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and Kolkata. Great show! I know it's a big day today. It's always a delight to see young leaders ready to go. Over the last 2 years, each of you must have transformed from being a student to being a future leader. Today marks the beginning of the new you. As Plato said, the beginning is the most important part of the world. This evening is about celebrations. My congratulations to the graduating class. This is a moment of pride, high emotion, and joy for all of you. Now the world outside has dramatically different from the one you saw 2 years ago. We have witnessed a pandemic, social unrest, geopolitical tensions and conflict, brave from economic setbacks, but also inspiring resolve on part of companies, governments, and individuals across the world to come together against the deadly violence. Concerted efforts to find the vaccine, the beginning of a new economy that has fundamentally altered the perspective on the future of business and the world of work. You will be stepping into this world. I can understand that the current situation must have sowed seeds of doubt in many of you, pessimism in some of you. So let me start by reiterating my belief in human ingenuity and a capacity to change and survive. We have the intellect, we have the technology and science, we can create financial capacity, we have the humanity and the visceral instinct to survive. The world may have been marred by uncertainty, but it is temporary. On the other hand, it has also opened a new set of possibilities and opportunities, especially for young people like the class of 22 from IIM Lucknow. During the height of Cold War, its aftermath, and until very recently, we made sense of the world through an acronym coined by the US Army called VUCA: volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. However, given the upheavals of the chaotic world that we live in, the VUCA model appears to fall short of explaining what we were and continue to experience. The world of today can be best described by the rubric proposed by the anthropologist Jemias Cascio. The last few years have shown us that seemingly unbreakable systems and mechanisms can snap without warning. Uncertainties can create deep anxieties. Things change at an exponential pace, and comprehensive understanding of events is near impossible. You need to prepare yourself for the Barney world: brittle, anxious, non-linear, and incomprehensible. Despite all the challenges, this new world is replete with opportunities. The youth today is uniting to share thoughts and ideas to create social impact. This is supported further by the growth in technology and adoption of new skills. Add to this, the future workplace is being shaped by the youth. The open talent economy, the gig economy, the repository of over 1.5 crore freelancers are together paving the way for a major shift in employment conditions in India. Conditions exist to make this decade India's decade. Young leaders like you will need to explore the opportunities that the new world presents and leapfrog India into the future. I'm confident that each one of you is equipped with the skills and expertise that will help you shine in your respective fields. The institution I work for, Hindustan Unilever, has several of your alumni doing amazing work for us. I'm certain each one of you will also make a difference to whatever you seek to pursue. The degrees, the diplomas that you have just received are not a passport to a fulfilling life, but should be treated as a call to action. As you get set to seize the world with your wisdom and are entrusted with the responsibility of making this world a better place to live in. While each one of you will be chartering a unique voyage, let me share a few lessons from my time navigating the waters in India and abroad, be it in calm weather or during a storm. The first lesson I have learned is profit through purpose. Let me start with a story. Kennedy was once touring the NASA facilities and introduced himself to a janitor who was mopping the floor and asked him, what did he do at NASA? I'm helping put a man on moon, came the answer. When the pandemic started and most of us were safely ensconced in our homes, I was doing virtual visits of our factories. In one of my visits, I asked a factory floor worker whether he or his family were worried when he stepped out of his house to come to work. He said his family was very worried. What then makes you come to work? I asked. He picked up a bar of soap, Lifebuoy soap,
from the production line and said, I am helping protect my nation. Over my years in business, I have learned that when you can turn a seemingly mundane and ordinary task into something more meaningful, there is more energy, commitment, discretionary effort, and ordinary people do extraordinary things. This is the power of purpose. The most important lesson that I have learned is of making profits through purpose, and I cannot emphasize this enough. Profits cannot, beyond a point, be the driving force for growth. It is purpose that makes organization last a lifetime and become an inseparable part of people's life. Purpose to me is an expression of the kind of societal impact an entity or an individual intends to achieve, which is also reflected in all its actions. Organizations with a strong why have been able to stay the course even during tough times. As the head of Hindustan Unilever, it does give me enough satisfaction to see the market cap of HUL grow. But the bigger joy comes from living my purpose of making heroes out of ordinary human beings, seeing my team blossom to become big leaders, coaching and mentoring youngsters from different walks of life, and seeing our twin daughters become worthy citizens of the world is what gives me immense pleasure. Lesson number 2, passion and action. Find something you love to do so much you can't wait for the sun to rise to do it all over again, said Chris Gardner, the famous American businessman and speaker. For the last 20 years, I have had the privilege and honor to lead Unilever businesses in different parts of the world. But even today, every morning, I get up with the same passion as if it were my first day as a CEO. Put in passion as your true north in the life's navigation system. Dive into it with full commitment, and you will see how it will help you sail through the mightiest of oceans. Never let the spark of passion simmer, as when everything loses its relevance, this is where you will derive your inner strength and energy. This is what will keep you going. Action will delineate and define you, said Thomas Jefferson, the third president of US. It's easy to make excuses. It saves you having to act. But where is that going to take you? Absolutely nowhere. You might not have had many lucky breaks in life, but so what? This doesn't mean you can't make things happen. If you want to grow both personally and professionally, don't make excuses. Successful people know this, no matter what their starting point in life. The third important bit, uphold your values. My parents were immigrants from what is Pakistan today. My father's family had lost everything during partition and had to rebuild their lives from scratch. My father worked with the Reserve Bank of India, and my mother was a homemaker. Ours was a quintessential Indian middle-class family. My parents gave us two important things: the best possible education they could afford and a set of values. Hard work, integrity, ethics, love for the nation are values I have imbibed from my parents. Throughout your life, you will confront situations that might tempt you to take the easier path, where you might have to compromise on your values. While this may seem innocuous in the short run, it can have devastating consequences in the long term. While aiming for the higher goal, that is your purpose, always do the harder right than the easier wrong. Lesson number 4, courage and compassion. To follow the harder right over the easier wrong, especially during difficult time, it needs courage. I have learned that one needs to be brave enough to risk failure. Don't give in to your fears. If you do, you won't be able to talk to your heart, said Paul Coelho, the Brazilian novelist. If you're following your heart and you're not breaking the law, don't be afraid to challenge the societal norms. Follow your passion when people think you should play safe. When the crowd goes one way, you could well go the other. If it feels right, have the courage to go with your gut. Are you afraid of failures? If so, you're not the only one. Fear of failure prevents many people from acting, and as a result, reduces the potential success. The question is, can you succeed without failing? No, not unless mediocrity fulfills you. The best way to learn is through failure. When you fail, you learn. And when you fail big, you learn big. Always remember, it's always when you're out of the comfort zone, you continue to surprise yourself as you realize there are gears you didn't even know it existed. Just like fire shapes gold, adversities shape men and women. Don't fear failure. Not failure, but low aim is the crime. In great attempts, it is glorious even to fail. It does not matter how many times you fail. What matters is the resilience you demonstrate by bouncing back from the failures. The last few years has reiterated my belief that it is urgent and necessary, not just desirable, to humanize leadership. The way we have been portraying, promoting, and practicing leadership for decades as a cocktail of vision, passion, and skills makes leaders ill prepared to recognize and alleviate human suffering, let alone address the systemic issues that cause and perpetuate it. Compassion, I'm sure, will be recognized as one of the key traits of great leaders. The last 2 years have also reminded us the need for compassion and kindness. The world needs to change in many ways. Much more equitable distribution of wealth and resources. The model of capitalism, with its one-dimensional focus on short-term shareholder value creation and winner takes all, needs to change. We should propagate and live with the multi-stakeholder and the long-term compounding model, which I call as the compassionate capitalism. Lesson 5, collaboration. Success is not just being brave, it is about being brave together. This brings me to the next very important bit. Some of the challenges that confront humanity today are too big for any of us to solve individually. The pandemic has seen a breakdown of silos across organization verticals and leaders operating horizontally across team to face a common adversary. This level of trust and collaboration in exchange of ideas, openness to change, and working together across functional boundaries and beyond the boundaries of the organization are going to be increasingly necessary. We need leaders who can collaborate with other leaders within the organization, across organization, with governments, NGOs, to leverage opportunities and address the challenges that confront us. Lesson 6, be a learner all your life. I was so happy to see people walking who, while working, have done the MBA or have taken a break to complete the MBA. A big round of applause for them. The only way to remain ahead of the curve in an increasingly complex world, which is evolving at an unprecedented pace, is by being relevant. The secret to which is being curious and being a student throughout your life. If you don't keep learning and reinventing yourself, how are you as leaders of tomorrow going to reinvent the businesses and enterprises you will learn? The last few years have also taught us that as leaders, we need to adapt to new situations and embrace change at all times. It is also important to realize more than ever before that there may be no playbook for every crisis that you may confront. We need to have the ability to pull together disparate views of a situation to create a plausible understanding of the complexity around us, test the understanding, refine it, or as necessary, abandon it and start over. This is called sense making. And in order to hone this ability, you need to embed a strong sense of external orientation, build a wide network, engage with multiple stakeholders, listen with humility, and see patterns in complexity, and think across polarities, such as efficiency versus resilience, or safety versus economy. Lesson 7, ambition and humility. When you have the ambition, you're not limited by the resources. Ambition is the single most important ingredient for success, as it overrides both talent and resources. Ambition can lead to triumph, regardless of what is put in front of them. And when humility is intertwined with ambition, then you have a very potent force. I call it ambition. Whatever heights you achieve in your professional career, always remember the house number from where you came from. Always remain true to your roots. Putting yourself out there can be tough, and remaining authentic even tougher, but never waver. I cannot show you a better example of ambition than a man sitting here on the dais. He took TCS to great heights and then took on the mantle of leading India's most storied and one of the world's largest conglomerates. In the last 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, he has transformed this group, significantly enhanced the market cap, but his feet are always firmly planted on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, that person is the chairman of your board of governors. Lesson 8, strategy and execution. As graduating students, especially from the business school, you would have been taught the principles of strategy. You need to be able to fly at 30,000 feet, scan the environment, decide where to play, how will you win, and the capabilities you need to win. However, a strategy is only as good as the execution. A poor execution can bring the greatest strategies to its knees. Therefore, it is always important for a strategist to know how to roll up the sleeves and execute plans on the ground with rigor, precision, and attention to details. Lesson 9, value and valuations. Irrespective of whether you join an organization or set up your own enterprise, remain consumer-centric. Consumer love ensures we always remain relevant by truly understanding the people we serve so that we can anticipate and meet the needs. From triggers to influence to action, if you lose the sense of consumers, then you miss the game altogether. Hence, focus on creating value for your consumers and don't get obsessed with valuations. When value creation happens, valuations follow. I would like to conclude on a thoughtful note. The pandemic has made us pause, think, and reconsider everything. This is not the first and may not be the last large-scale catastrophe that we will witness. This pandemic is not a black swan event, but rather a prelude to the herd of black elephants hurtling toward us. And we must not let the learnings from it go waste. It is time to consolidate learnings and surge ahead to preemptively deal with much more calamities looming around the horizon. For instance, climate change. It is not just a distant possibility anymore. The World Bank estimates that the average temperature in India can reach up to 29 degrees Celsius as compared to the existing 25 degrees. Parts of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and the Seven Sisters have already witnessed unprecedented rise in temperatures. More than 700 million people live in extreme poverty around the globe. The environment continues to deteriorate. And even today, 1 in 3 people across the world do not have access to safe drinking water. If India does not change the management of its water resources, by 2030, we will have only half the water we need. These are just some statistics, but they should be enough to make the graduating class of 22 sit up and take notice. We cannot afford another major crisis, either as economies or as a global collective. To be able to halt or reverse the damage that has been inflicted on the planet, we will need a future leaders like yourselves to find a sustainable path to growth and success. We need more of you to discover a purpose that marries social and economic growth and straddles progress with preservation. We need more of you to passionately pursue an idea that is good for the economy as well as the environment and society. As you forge ahead into the unknown, as you move out of your comfort zones, I wish that more and more of you find the courage and the opportunities to do the right thing with compassion. With this, I wish you all the best for a flourishing career ahead and achieve new heights. As Indians, we are not very expressive. You must remember that many people have played an important role in your success. Reach out to your parents, hug them, thank them, and tell them how much you love them. In case your path leads you to the doors of Hindustan Unilever, I will be there to welcome you. With this, I wish you loads of success and Godspeed. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Wishing you all a great, successful, healthy year ahead. And with those wishes, I would like to declare the convocation closed.
The academic procession will now leave the hall. You may please stand up and remain standing till all the members of the procession have left the hall.